In a nod to the relations between the two countries that were once one, Sudan's newly appointed Prime Minister Abdalla Hamdok chose South Sudan's capital Juba as his first foreign visit. Accompanied by 4 ministers from his cabinet, he met his host, South Sudan's President Salva Kiir, to mark the start of a scheduled 2-day visit.
As I promised early after I have been sworn in, that my first visit outside Sudan will be to Juba, and we are here today. But looking for a very strategic, very distinguished relationship between our two nations.
While Hamdok held talks with his host, his ministers met their South Sudanese counterparts. Topping the talks were economic and trade ties. South Sudan seceded in 2011, with most of Sudan's oil facilities. They once brought in more than 60% of the country's revenues. But Sudan's pipelines and ports are needed to export South Sudan's oil. The two also share the longest land border in Africa, and parts are yet to be formally demarcated more than 8 years after South Sudan's independence. That's caused tensions in the past and was discussed in the talks.
We have discussed many bilateral issues concerning outstanding issues in the peace agreement. Not the recent one, but the comprehensive peace agreement, where the issues of borders, issues of cooperations, issues of economic and political issues are still to be discussed.
And those weren't the only things brought up over the discussion table. The Prime Minister has repeatedly stated he aims to achieve peace in conflict areas within the first 6 months of the transitional period. On Wednesday, a coalition of Sudanese armed groups signed an agreement to start talks with the Sudanese government, mediated by South Sudan. And on Thursday, Hamdok met with those groups to see how he can achieve what he terms as his top priority. The armed groups had expressed reservations too, and some outright rejections of the agreement signed last month that led to the creation of a transitional government in Sudan. And while they have agreed to talks to end conflicts, they say achieving that will not come easy.
One of those challenges, whether the current government in Khartoum has the ability to overcome the constitutional difficulties. The current political setup has been designed by the constitutional text in a way that put a lot of difficulties for the peace process to go smoothly.
Hamdok is only starting his job as Prime Minister, but the country has been marred by conflict and a troubled economy. And it seems that he's looking to Sudan's southern neighbor to help find some solutions for the challenges he faces. Hiba, Al Jazeera, Juba.